Hello everyone, welcome to the course Basics of Computer Network. In this video, we will discuss which are different network connecting devices. Myself, Aniruddha Talole, lecturer in Computer Technology Department. So let us start our session. In this session, we will discuss following different network connecting devices such as hub, switch, router, repeater, bridge, gateway, modem. We will just have the introductory part. So before start to the navigation of different networking devices, let us first discuss what is the role of network connecting devices. Actually, these are the devices which supports AAA, that means authentication, authorization and accounting. So different protocols and those AAA can be verified by using networking devices. Then it protects existing investment. Then we will go through with each devices one by one. So very first is a hub device. So hub is a device which is generally called as a broadcasting device. So as per the diagram giving or displaying on your screen, this is the location of a hub which connects different nodes or different computers. See, for this hub, a message coming to this hub is get forwarded to each and every node. So if node 1 sending message to any computer, then by default this hub will broadcast this message to node 2, 3 and 4, and that is why it says that it is a broadcasting device. So most of the formation of a LAN hub are generally preferred. Then it organizes the cables and it is generally relays the signals to other media segments. Next, what are the categories? There are three categories of hub: passive, active and intelligent. So let us move to the first category, passive hub. So what is passive hub? It simply combines the signals of a network segment, okay, and there is a no signal processing, and that is why it never generates a signal and never process a signal, and that is why it is termed as a passive hub. Next one is the active hub. Now as compared to passive, active hub are more intelligent and more active, because it may or it always perform the task of signal processing and regeneration, and that is why it is termed as active hub. Okay, but the third part, intelligent hub, perform not only the task of a regeneration, but it is somewhat says that it is an intelligent hub, because it can perform task of traffic control also, or a traffic management also, and that is why path selection task is get performed by intelligent hub. So more detail you can read by those slides. I am just giving you the basic concepts of basic networking devices. So extra information is available on your slides. After completing hub, next comes switch. Okay, so switch is a more look like a hub, but hub is a broadcasting device, but switch is a unicast device. So let us discuss how a switch works. See, now this node wanted to send a data. Okay, now if this node sends a data via switch, now this switch will find out what is the MAC address or what is the exact IP address of the receiver machine, and instead of forwarding that data or that traffic to each and every node, it just sends that information to the destined node or the required node, and that is why switch are more popular and more intelligent than hub, because switch not just the unicast a data, but also perform task of traffic management and data management in very well manner as compared to hub, and that is why to form a LAN as compared to hub, switches are preferred now. Next comes a router. Okay, so that router operates at the network layer of OSI reference model. Generally, a router connects LAN and WAN. So if we have a router, see to the diagram, if we have a router, then that router can connect a network from a personal area network from a LAN to a wide area network, that is a more tremendous network as compared to LAN. So to connect this similar network, we have a router. So router are the devices which help determining the best path. So the very important task performed by router to finding what is the best path available in order to send a data. So for example, if this system wanted to send a data to a system from another network, okay, then this router will find out how many routes are available, okay. Then after finding the route, it will finalize the best route and which is a shortest path. By means of the shortest path, this router will send the data from this system to the distant system. So this is a location of a router within your network. It connects two different networks, a LAN to WAN or a MAN to WAN. Now there are two types of a router, generally static and a dynamic. So static router is a kind of a router or is a device in which the system network administrator manually configures a network router. So in static router, the administrator needs to configure those router statically, and that is why it is termed as a static router. And second type of router is a dynamic router, which is a networking device which enables a router to select path according to real-time logical network layout changes. That means the address finding, shortest path finding, and IP address finding are the kinds of a task which is get performed by dynamically. Okay, so dynamic router performs those tasks. So these are the two types of router. Then let us we have what are the functions get performed by router. So router, as we have discussed previously, it finds or chooses the best path for packet forwarding. Then router can read the complex network address in a packet and solve them in easy manner. Then it usually works at the network layer of OSI reference model. Then it efficiently direct the packets from one network to another and reduces and avoids the traffic. Okay, so like that there are multiple advantages. You can go those advantages by using this slide. Next, we will have different advantages as we have discussed. Then what are the disadvantages? It is very complex to maintain the router. Then there are certain security risks, and routers are more expensive. So these are the negligible disadvantages as compared to disadvantages. Advantages are more, and hence routers are tremendously used. Next device is a repeater. Now what is use of repeater? As the name suggests, repeat something. So what it repeats? It repeats the signal. So where the signal goes to the weaker portion or signal goes weak or weaker, at that location repeaters are desirable. Now see, in a network medium, this is let us say this is a sender and this is a receiver. Now there might be a more distance available between the sender and receiver, and at this location the sender's data or their signal goes in a weak manner. Now this repeater will increases or boosts those signal and regenerate and repeats the signal and forward it to next route or next networking environment. So this is the task of repeater, which repeats or boosts the weak signal. Next device is a bridge device. Now see, bridge are the devices which are generally used to connect one network with another network. Now bridges can connect similar kind of a network in more convenient manner. Or we can say that two or more network segment can get connected via bridges also. So bridge can connect similar network also, and it can connect two or more segments of a network. Okay, it forwards the packet which are for the exact destination. That means it finds out the route, exact route, and the shortest route. Then it filters the data traffic. Then it reduces the amount of traffic. Then it also inspects the incoming traffic in order to find out whether there is a fraudulent act or not. Then a bridge operates in the both physical and data link layer of OSI reference model. Now, a bridge can check the most important physical or a MAC address, media access control address, source and destination, in order to send and receive data at the perfect location. Okay. Now we will have simple advantages. So very first advantage of bridge is it is simple and significant. Then it reduces the amount of network traffic. Then it makes possible to isolate busy network from a non-busy one. That means it connects a part of a network isolatedly. Next, we have a gateway device. Now, see, a gateway can connect one part of a network or one kind of a network to another kind of a network. So, like router, a gateway is it is a logical device, not available at a time physically. It is a logical device, or it is a protocol converter. Okay, so it enables communication between different networks. So different kinds of a network are get connected by using gateway. So as the figure says, one kind of SNA network is get connected to the network network. Now these are the two different networks. One is a SNA type of network, and second is a network type of network. Now those two different networks are get connected via gateway. Okay, so this is a gateway device. Next, we have a modem. The long form of a modem is a modulator demodulator or modulation demodulation. The function of conversion of modulator to demodulator and again demodulator to modulator is get performed by a device modem. Generally, this is the location of a modem as per the diagram. It is attached to your computer system, which actually converts a digital signal to analog signal at the sender side. Okay, and at the receiver side, it again reconverts those analog signal to back to digital signal. So that means this is termed as a demodulation purpose or modulation purpose, and this is termed as demodulation purpose. So a device which perform task of modulator and this demodulator termed as modem device. And finally, we have a last device termed as NIC, Network Interface Card. There are multiple names available to NIC. Network Interface Card, Network Adapter, LAN card, etc. So a device which actually connects your physical cable or a cable physically to your computer system to the rest of network can be termed as NIC. So without NIC, no network connection or no computer can be connected to network connection. So you have a network connection due to NIC card or NIC adapter. So it provides a physical link or connectivity between your computer and rest of a computer network. So computer and computer network get connected via NIC. So it creates, sends and receives frames. Okay. Then it manages access to medium and it controls flow of a data between computer and physical medium. So that's it about all the components, basic components which are required in order to form a computer network. Thank you very much.